Boom.
Whoa. Right, on the hot off the press. Are we in and on and over? Biddly bo. Shout out to Emma Oliver, yo, for becoming a new member, bro. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. I'm a bit out of breath, so I'm just fucking running up and down like a maniac. Running up and downstairs, because then I got tip bottom at stairs, or tip top, well, up tip bottom, then tip fridge, then tip top at stairs, then realised the cats were probably, whoa, I'm knocking shit over. The cats were probably short of a bit of water. So I went and got some water for the cats, not for moi. So I am out of breath. So did we introduce the badger? I don't even know, but because we still don't introduce it during the interviews. I don't like calling them interviews, but they kind of is. I don't know what else to call it. I'm reluctant to call it a podcast. I can't remember who it was, but somebody asked me if I were drinking wine during the video, and then when I actually saw it, that does look like a bottle of wine. It looks absolutely horrendous, but it's a Star of Pramen. I was gonna keep it like that, so it looks like I'm tonking on some wine, but I've got to say I think it requires an intervention if people think I'm slugging back on a bottle of wine. Although why not? Why not? Do you know what I mean? It was you, MVG. That doesn't surprise me. It does look like a bottle of wine, doesn't it? There's no wrong with slugging on a bottle of wine, but I plan on having 3 or 4 of them, so I think that's too many bottles of wine, isn't it? There's whining on about the wine. Farley did a skit on Farke the other day. It went on for 1 hour too much, full on cringe. You on about the Voldemort, the man we've never mentioned? I've been having my day today on Twitter. I've been loving it all day. It's been sensational. Piss funny. But yeah, how's it going, everybody? What we're all saying? What we're all up to? I got asked to do a poll as well on that, so we're going to get the poll going here for your player at season. Create a poll, player at season. I think I can only do. So I'm going to put Bogle in there because I can't help, but I think it's a little bit of recent bias, whatever anybody calls it, recent bias, whatever it is. But I can't help but think he's been amazing. Tanaka, add option. D James. This is my last option, so I'll have to go other. And if others high, then we'll pick a player to go with. Recency bias, that's it. Legendary MVG, yeah. I thought somebody put Regency earlier, and I was like, is it Regency bias? Because I thought it was recency bias, but who knows? What's the delay, bro? Are you looking for a bottle top to fiddle with or drop every 5 seconds? Have you noticed that I do that, Andy? Because I do that. I said do, but I do that. No doubt about it. My man Furpo, Ina. BMG Furpo. Guess whose opinion I'd like to hear about the Farke out story. Fucking help him. I actually thought, have you not seen my latest video, mate? Then I've realised you're on about Angry Mad Gav, aren't you? But nobody do it how he does it. I've had a right laugh on Twitter today about it, to be fair. I'm trying to get Voldemort's attention, I think. Everybody, there's a few tacticos that he sends over to try and put me off doing it. But it's only a bit of banter. I don't know the lad, although I've been saying all day that he's my best mate, but I don't know him. I'm sure he's a decent enough lad. But I do think you should be punished a bit for lying. And you can lie by accident while trying to tell the truth. But I think he lies on purpose, and I can't be bothered with it. Yes, Emma Oliver, legend, man, for the super chat. What a hero. I've slugged at wine at 7 a.m. back in the day, the bad days. Sober now, 12 years, proper boring cunt. Now behave, Emma. It's not boring, mate. It's ace. If you're slugging on wine at 7 a.m., I'm proud of you for being sober, brother. It's ace. 12 years is a right stretch as well. Well done, everybody. Shout out to Emma. Get your applause in for Emma. Get some hand claps in. Leave him alone. He got it wrong. Everybody go. That's Danny's channel. Where did has the poll gone? Is it the mystery poll? The poll's still there. Ina. That's not another Leeds podcast, everybody. So go. I don't know if you can. Can you click through on it there? Go subscribe. I think you got to they just got over 1,000. I think they've done it over week, which is a mint achievement. No homo. But yeah, he's a top lad. So, and I will be live on Sunday. So go check it out. Check it out. The poll should still be there, Ina. It's still living over here rent free. Smash the likes, guys. Another thing that I didn't ask for in the last live. So I'm just not that self-promotion guy. I just can't do it. I'm just so focused on being like the best man I can possibly be. I can't just I can't waver away from it. And I feel like I'm being a little bit like Voldemort if I do that as well. Jack, you've asked 3 people on the underlap twice. I thought it's about time for KG Whitesnake, Connor, LU Dave FC. Martin, I imagine not. Well, yeah, because I'm getting my mates on, Andy. So, and you're probably going to say it's an echo chamber. But I'd get Whitesnake on. I don't know KG. I can't imagine KG would even message me back. Connor is more than welcome on anytime he wants. Connor can come on now if he wants, but Connor pretends he doesn't know who I am. LU Dave FC, we will be getting on. I've been in contact with LU Dave FC. Matty, imagine not being Leeds is allowed on whenever he wants. You know, I don't know what you want me to do. Also, dude, I'm not going to beg anybody to come on. So I've also asked. You know, I've been planning to get Andrea on because I've, you know, tried to do it in a cycle. But what do you want from me, Andy? I think I've been, and to be fair, big lad, I think I can get on who I want on the channel. Whitesnake only pretends to watch, so it'd be hard to pin him down. But Mark Bradley, my guy, yet again, bouncing in there, handing them out like Christmas. Nobody do it how he does it. Cheers for sending out the memberships, man. Legendary MVG, have you picked one up? Well, funny story. My hair was platinum blonde, but when I was 18, again, it'd be like wearing a Leeds kit as a fully mature adult. I thought it was MVG, but it's just Mark just gets the legendary for it. One more shout out for Emmett Oliver. It's a much appreciated, man. It's ludicrous that you'd whack a tenner on in and on and over here, but I appreciate it. I compared the Farke situation to Paraag Parisley. He'll probably get the golden boot, but if he's not deemed Prem quality, he could be sold. Could that be the type of thinking about Farke? I just think this whole thing's got blown completely out of proportion. So I don't know what is left for me to say on it other than it's a non-story, and that makes everybody radgy saying it's a non-story. So I've been getting pellets on Twitter for saying non-story. So I think people think a non-story means that there's no story. It's like, no, it's a story. It's just there's nothing to it. It's a non-story. It's like you can tell the story, but there's nothing in there that's actually a story. This is a reality that sort of stays within the club forever and will always stay within the club. Yeah, just giving credit where it's due, MVG. I love it. The poll is getting battered with other. So I think it's only right that I'm going to take out the least winner, which is probably the wrong way to say least winner. But Bogle's on 17%, so we're gonna cut Bogle out. So this skews it a little bit. It doesn't seem fair because he might not get the votes. You know, like DJ might not get the votes that he once would. So you just never know where this is going to go. But we'll put other in there again for the sake of it. And Furpo has to add to the fray. So hopefully other goes through the roof again just to really spaz it out. I'm still sticking with DJ myself though. Whoops a daisy, I've lost the fucking name. Yes, Richo. Hey up, Mingy. How's it going? Yeah, out of hiding. Can you hear my cat? Poor lass. She's so needy. Road on, robbed off. Fucking hell. Well, this is the. I've only got 4 options, and this is the problem with it all, in it. You know, just humour me now. I thought it was you that said Firpo robbed, so you're pulling my plonker. But I agree, Rodon's robbed in there. But if other goes through roof, then we'll get it going on again, won't we? I went hunting Ming down in after promotion. Well, no, actually, before we knew we were promoted, after 6-0, I went racing into town to try to get into toast because they were there with his lad, and I couldn't get in. And then I couldn't get in touch with him, and I thought I need to get to Boozer because I'm missing Burnley game at this rate. And I was watching it from outside the window like a lunatic, and the bouncer guy were like, "Can you please leave?" And there were like 15 of us all watching it, you know, just like peering through the window, and they were like, "Why are you so bothered, man?" But it is what it is. So I went to Scarborough Taps, met my Mate Billy Ick, who's a top bloke, colourful character. So he is. Had a what did he have me drinking? Fucking Henry Weston, which blew my mind. But I'd had a heavy weekend, so I took it quite well. "78 RPM. The whole thing has boiled my piss, even though I agree it's a non-story. Maybe that makes it worse. I don't know. That's why it's pissed me off, 78 RPM. I'd be bang up for it if it was a story, not a non-story. That's what pissed me off about it all. Like, I don't really understand, you know, making a mountain out of a molehill here. It's like, I don't really understand why we're going so over the top with it. And I know it's just a media thing, but it was just perfectly timed by Daily Mail. They knew exactly what they were doing. Whacked it out online. Obviously, people pick it up, which is totally fine. And everybody does. I commented on it, so I'm not. I got on Twitter today a bit like, you know, like I don't comment on it. I'm aware that I'm commenting on it. We're all as bad as each other. I'm not bothered about the clickbait. I get you boys with clickbait all the time. Couldn't give a shit if people put clickbait online. It's not the clickbait. It was the glee and the joy that Voldemort seemed to get out of it, and ultimately that's why he got the pelters for it. The one thing I don't understand what he did, because he's done his apology, his fucking retribution video today, and he's taken down yesterday's video. Well, I would never take a video down because I don't lie. Now, like I've said before, you can try and tell the truth and accidentally lie, but that's a different thing. And everybody, you take it on chin and go, I didn't actually mean it like that. You know, this has come across wrong. If he's just discussing the topic, but he's not. He's built a narrative all year that he hates Farke. And then this has come out, and rather than just rejoicing and going, to be fair, man, no, like, shall we just like get to end of the season and be nice? Not nice to Farke. You don't have to be nice to him. Like I say, don't need babysitting. You don't have to be lovely to him. I'm not bothered about that, but he deserves a little bit of grace, having got the job done, and then an apology. Like, I got it wrong. You can't get your opinion wrong. You can go, oh, I've changed my mind, like, but it just seems weird to me that yesterday you were going on and on and on, banging on, and then today you've deleted that video and say, sorry, guys, I got it wrong. Well, who got it wrong? Did you get it wrong because you got loads of shit in the chat? Is that what you got wrong? Because that's actually what happened. You got absolute pelters in the chat because you were chatting shit and you were rejoicing in this, in Farke out. You've wanted it all season, and then you've thought this is ruthless, and you were loving it. I could see it smirk on your face. So, you know, you wanted it all, and you got it all, and then you realise that actually the majority of the fan base completely disagree with that. So then you're like, I got it wrong. Well, you didn't. You didn't get it wrong. If I'm Farke out, I'd say I'm Farke out. Don't matter. Just don't lie. Just tell the truth. I'm not going to say your truth because that means all sorts of stuff nowadays, doesn't it? But tell the truth or what you believe to be the truth, and then you can stand on it. And most people that watch your channel will go, yeah, he always tries to tell the truth, but you don't. You build a narrative all the time. It's fucking boring. And for me, it's so disingenuous. He's not I don't know, probably an all right bloke. I don't know, but built to not like Voldemort. It was the reason why we built the channel. So we started the channel on the basis that I thought it can't just be Voldemort in this space, surely to God. Sorry, Jack, I don't know what that word is. I'm just looking out for you. I detect hostility, but I forgive you, my brother. Hostility towards who? The Others. The Others were a good film as well. No, here, Rob, Tina, behave yourself. Let's not get this going again. Colourvogie robbed. I love it. Rothwell has carried us well for the season, but for his inexperience, Tanaka has been a beast. And to be fair, most of our players have suffered from fatigue this season. Yeah, I don't know if. I mean, you keep telling me that toast were mint, and it's hurting my feelings a bit. You can text me saying, "Oh yeah, it were mint in there though." You know, I'm like, "All right, dude, I couldn't get in. Fucking stop telling me it were mint." I think fatigue thing. I think we went over the top with that. I just think we had a bit of a wobble. Drew a few games, lost 4 games all season. I know what you're saying, big man. I do know what you're saying, but I don't necessarily buy into it, to be honest. The fatigue thing. I've been trying to say it all towards the end of the season when people are saying, "Oh, we're washed up," and I think people are nicking that from the Bielsa era because everybody likes saying that under Bielsa. Rodon, DJ, Firpo, Bogle, Tanaka, and possibly Solomon all could be in the frame. Yeah, I won't go with Solomon on the basis that I loved him. He's been amazing, and he's pulled it out of the bag recently. But I did think out of all of them, he had the longest spell not playing to. I don't want to say his maximum because that, if he were playing at 80%, if you're elite, your 80% is better than Bogle's 100%. But I just think Bogle's been the least out of form. So I think he had a bit of a wobble when we were a bit shit, when we were drawing games. And ultimately, let's have it right, it's hard to affect games from right back, innit? The team have to be zinging if you're getting forward and affecting games from right back. So you got to take a little bit with that. Tanaka and Rodon, no doubt, has been the most consistent player at year. Tanaka has been a revelation, but he did miss the start of the season. But I think for the games that he's put in, you know, ever since Ampadu and Gruev's injury, that doesn't matter, does it? Firpo injury, Firpo's a beast. You could have any of them, and I will allow Solomon in there, dude. I just not for me for player at season. But like my man Danny was saying then on 20 minutes ago, it's, you know, I tried to get him. I got him to pick one on the basis that if you were filling the ballot out, players played after, wouldn't you? But really, I mean, I don't know. I'm now changing my mind again. Don't know. They flow like I can't remember the Dumb and Dumber quote. Is anyone going to the Creator Cup final? Well, it is a final, but Leeds are shit in finals. So see, we've got Firpo in that poll, and now Dan James is dominating it. So Anthony Callery, what's good, brother? Evening, Jack. What annoyed me about the article was when it was released so close to the end of the season. Love to know what the players are thinking. Well, ultimately, Farke, my man Fucker, is going to get asked in the press conference, and he's going to just play it down and say, "Well, I'm fully focused on finishing the season, getting a title. I don't want to talk about next season." To be fair to him, he said that to Tony Dorigo in the straight after the game. He was like, "I'm only focused on my next beer and my next champagne," and I don't think he'll be. He didn't want to talk about Premier League football, and I'm here for it. I disagree, Andy. It's a total randomer that's been asked. It's not. If once it comes out of Paraag's mouth, my man Paraag, who is at the helm, I don't think they do need to comment. Number one, number two, it's just a no comment from whoever. They don't. This idea that it bores me. There's been a narrative this flying about forever now, ever since it came out, that they just have to answer every single article that said, "Well, that'll never end." These boys have got something to do. They're pretty busy. If they can't be asked, releasing statements for every bullshit article that comes out, I don't know what would they say? What, squash it to what? This is what I was saying the other day. I did a video. He's not 100% guaranteed the job next year. Nobody is. I'm not 100% guaranteed to be on the videos. If Paraag steps in, the YouTube game's up, innit? It's over. Nobody's 100% guaranteed. Paraag's not 100% guaranteed to be there. Nothing's 100%. So ultimately, like I keep saying, Don't lie. So just stay out of the way. They don't have to answer to us. Just because there's some bullshit article flying around doesn't mean Paraag has to come out and start going, oh, no. Paraag made his statement, like Danny said, the start of last season. We were on a 5-year plan with Farke. Now, and he said, and he trusts him in the Premier League. He said that, and even Voldemort's now sharing that to try and get some redemption for the bullshit that he was on about. But it just is what it is. He'll have to get to end of the season. He'll have to have a big, strong chat, won't he, with, the 49ers, whoever's on board, and he'll have to actually have a conversation. He'll have to inspire them, and then they'll go, right, Farke, we back you to go on and do what you're going to do. If it's uninspiring, they're looking elsewhere anyway. They're always looking. There'd be morons. Can you imagine how mad you'd be when we were in the Rads era and we were just sacking managers and we're just looking anywhere for managers? It's embarrassing. You won't want that either. So just shit is as shit does. They said it was a mutual departure, but Arbor said later he was told warning beforehand that he would not be coaching. I don't know whether that's in reference to something else too, but it's not rhetorical. But who the book is Voldemort? Damn, my head's blagged. 2 hours wrong. Well, it's 2 hours. It's the narrative that's been built all year in it. BMG. That's the point. So there's an element because people have been, I've had all his mates on Twitter saying, well, it's his job, which I find a strange thing to say, that it's his job to make news, good or bad, every day. But you can discuss the news, can't you, and say what you want about the news. And I do loads of bullshit videos about the news. I'm not bothered about that. I couldn't care less about anybody that does that. But when there's an underlying narrative and a glee that I can sort of see through, I just don't like liars, man. Honestly, and I know that it benefits the channel because I know my video from yesterday it's done really well for my channel. It's done really well, so you'd think that'd make me happy, but that's not why I'm here. I didn't want that article. I'd have quite liked to been like, I've not even done a fucking promotion part. I wanted to do like a I'm happy we've been promoted video, and I couldn't because we're hanging out my ass for a couple of days and I wanted to sort the video out properly, which I will hopefully do tomorrow. It's just like, and then this silly news comes out. So I understand why he's discussing it. I'm not bothered about that. But he were loving it. And then, and people picking up on the fact he were loving it. And, in truth, on everybody's channel, the majority of people that watch the channel, if you watch Joe, if you watch me, if you watch Danny, if you watch Voldemort, anybody that you watch, you like the person that you're watching. So really, it's quite often that the majority of people agree with you on the channel because you would assume they like you. Obviously, I get some knobheads on here that don't like me and I don't know why they're here and I don't know why they bother watching. But, so it's hard to be so like, because sometimes I'll do a video, I'm going off on a tangent now, but it is the underlap. Sometimes I'll go off on one on a video and I think I'm probably going to get loads of shit for this. And then the majority of people on the channel go, I actually disagree with you, man, but I know. We know each other, don't we? It's not genuinely feel like I know a significant amount of you. I mean, I know your names when they pop up, and I know what your general thoughts are on stuff. You can misspeak on my channel. It don't. Do you know what I mean? So when people can see the rhetoric and the disingenuousness of it, and basically, I will call that a lie if you're being disingenuous. I don't know if that's the dictionary. I don't know if that's correct within the dictionary, but I think being disingenuous is a lie. And, if we have to, we'll Google it. I can be disagreed with, 100%. And that's what I'm saying, though. That's why I won't have to delete my yesterday's video. If my yesterday's video got loads of shit, loads of pelters on there, I'll just take it and go, oh, yeah, nice one. Right, is that the deleted one then, now? Right, I've got to confess, I don't sit through his 2 hours worth of his ramblings, but I know what it is. I know shit is as shit does. I aren't sitting through. I can't watch it. It's all set up to be unhappy. I don't know what's wrong with lad. If it's not a scheme, I'm worried about him, because how you can be sad when you're on for 100 points with a brilliant manager and a brilliant side. Got a lot of work to do in Prem, no doubt about it. If you can't be happy now, what the fuck are you watching football for? 'Cause the only reason I watch it is to get out of my normal life, where I'm happy in my normal life before anybody starts. But, I don't want, that's why I don't want politics in football. That's why I don't want bollocks in football. I just want to watch a game of football with or without some of my mates and just not worry about all else. That's why I watch sport. And I can feel the agenda. I know what the agenda is. Yes, Mark Bradley. Richo66 says, big things happening at our club. These owners are thinking big, proper business people. They mean to take us to the top where we belong. Excited for the years ahead. 100%, man. I wholeheartedly back the 49ers. And if I'm brutally honest, Dr. Curious there coming in with Dan Farke in, but Mourinho would be good. If I'm brutally honest, if they do sack Farke, I'll be gutted and I'll be like, but it won't feel like it while with Bielsa. Well, that they're like my last strand of normal football, like actual, like, I don't know, maybe not. I can't really even say my era, because it started to go down the pan. I would imagine people would say about the 90s, maybe not the 90s, but I was very young in the 90s. So I don't know. I mean, we were also spending shitloads of money when I was a kid. So my point is, Bielsa was like what I thought was like the last strand of like a bit of loyalty in football, because I felt he was loyal to the club, and I still believe that. And then we didn't show him any back, and it were like, oh. So now I'm well aware that Farke could be the next one out the door, and he will be the next one out the door. It's inevitable that he'll eventually get sacked. I just don't think when you get promoted from the Championship with a potentially 100 points. That's why I hope he goes on and wins league and gets the 100 points, because he just puts everybody to sleep. It just shuts everybody up and goes, what do you want? And then you can all be right next year when we have a bit of a struggle. And then I'll have to hang my hat up and go, well, if you think this is right, or if you're happy that you're now correct about Daniel Farke, then that's on you, big man. Brilliant Phil MVG. I've seen films. I think I'm better at films as a youth, and the others were a big one, where it was a colossal one back in the day. Yeah, Ming will be off with Bob, won't he? Dublin Leeds, what's good, brother? All right, Jack, top man question as in like the shop, or all right, Jack top man, or Jack top man, or Jack top man question. Do you think if Sheffield United won't go up, we sign Hamer? That's been floating around, hasn't it? And there's been even a few Sheffield fans, to be fair, on about Hamer, saying not looking forward to seeing Hamer in Premier League when Sheffield United don't go up. I doubt that. But having said that, I think Hamer's a good player. And I think they might. I mean, I spoke to Lockie last week, much to Andy Rose's dismay, because I'm not allowed to have the same person on. And like, you've got to look at a couple of Championship players that you think can make the jump up. You might get them on the cheap a little bit, and then we'll go out into Europe, maybe get a Prem. I just thought we're really competitive. Hamer's a good player. I'd get behind that signing. I can't say I'd be overwhelmed by the signing, but I'd be up for it. What are you saying on that Dublin Leeds? BMG says Mourinho would be wrong for us, in my opinion. If we're just taking out that, I don't want to talk about the Farke stuff, but let me just talk about Mourinho. I think it'd be piss funny that. I think Mourinho would be all about it. I'd have to get behind it. Be well funny. Matt Bradley, think players have all had their moments. Prob Road on most consistent, which I always look for. He's definitely been the most consistent player all season. Never misses a minute, does he, to be fair to him? Wilder is a wanker. Apparently, we've seen the interview with Wilder where it's quite a cool interview, but Wilder's sneaky, don't fall for it. Don't fall for this. Oh, he's a lovely guy, because like he does this. He was very clever to do this. He did it at the start of the season. He thought his game plan was, rather than be Bamford and Forshaw, the Muppets in Leeds, he was angry about that, and it didn't work out well for him. It came back to bite him in arse, and like that's still shared about all over shop. So he's been like this little sweetheart, and then he overtook us, and then it were like so, and then he became a bit of a wanker about it, didn't he? Went Wilder is a wanker again, and then they've bottled it, so now he's back to being a sweetheart about it, and it's just like, I don't know. It's interesting. You got to be careful with him. He knows what he's doing, and he's pushing it off. He's passing it off, but in terms of being like that in the interview, it's sound. It's all right, but I don't buy it. I think he's a dickhead. Still a wanker. Apparently, Sterling is linked. BMG, I think you're 60% right, 40% horrendously wrong. I probably think he's one of the most overrated players. I don't think ever. He's declining fast. I think he's declined. I think he's gone. But never any good is just not true. I have to state that, because what are we defining good as? Because he got a fucking bucket loads of goals when Man City really kicked on. Because I used to always think he were a bit shit, but when Man City kicked on, I can't be asked finding stats, but he was amazing that year, like amazing, in one of the best teams that we've ever seen. Let's have a look here. And has he been linked? Because you got to be careful with this wank, can't you? Look at this here. That's insane, dude. Come on. So ignore that, even though that's not, that'll be better than what Grealish has done for the past couple of years. But 17-18, 33 games, 18 goals, 11 assists. Wild. That's 29 goals. That's 29 goals and assists in 33 games. In 2018, 2019, 34 games, 17 goals, 10 assists. That's 27 G&A. Is it? Yeah. Did I get that first one wrong? I can't remember what I said. It doesn't matter. 2019, 33 games, 20 goals, 1 assist, 21 G&A is mad. 2021, 22, 10 goals, 7 assists. Then he's on the decline slightly there, you could argue. And that still ain't bad. And then in 21, 22, 30 games, 13 goals, 5 assists. Granted, after that, he's been on the decline, but I think it's incorrect, BMG. For what I can see there is a 1, 2, 3, possibly a 3-year spell, if you want to say properly good. And then for the 2 years after that, still really decent. 13 goals in 30 matches in his final season for Man City is pretty good going, I'd say. But so I think you're 60% right, 40% wrong. But I'd actually, having seen them stats, say 50% right, 50% wrong, or even 40% right, 60% wrong. I don't think he's even overrated, actually. I just think he's gone now. Like many English fast players, we seem to be rapid, don't they? And then they waver. Firpo's assists have been... He's so good around box, so he really is. Yeah, honestly, you try pull on heartstrings too much, Andy. I don't. If people talk to me, we'll get them on channel, big lad. But I'm not gonna. I can't have a conversation with someone that I don't know. So it's that simple. Emmett Oliver says, if we don't go up as champions, we already know the anti-Farke deluded mind syndrome fans will have a fit. Sometimes I wonder if they are actually fans. I think some people just like to moan. I fear that it's like just how the world's going a little bit. I know a lot of fan bases do this, so I worry that it's a mind virus, a virus of the mind, where people piss and whinge about everything if they don't get what they want within 30 seconds, Never had to wait for a parcel in their life, never had to save up some money for a note in their life, never been told that, you got 100 pence off your mum, dad a week to save up for a TP that was 25 quid. And then one Sunday you counted out all your 100 pennies and you were 5 quid, fucking 5 quid not enough. And then your dad said he'd make up the rest of it, which is a true story. It's a real true story. And then I was like, oh, I can't afford the TP. And then bang. We went and got the TP. And my God, was it played in. And again, same thing, I think people get stuff bought now and don't use them. Honestly, my mind, mate. He's a beast, he's Firpo. He's the real deal. Agreed, Ming. Get you sent up, though. We'll get on sesh, because you keep running away from me when there's a beer involved. Only bar you'll go to. It's free bar in fucking hospitality. I used to call you AO, but now it's Teo. There is no version of Mourinho I ever want to see at Ellen Road. We don't need the dirty tactics, or try cheat to win. I'd be so up for it, but I don't agree it's anti-football. I think it's interesting with Mourinho because we're obviously on the incline. You'd have to argue he's on the decline. But in terms of club where we used to be, we're like this, and where Mourinho used to be, he's like this. So we're both on do you know what I mean? We're sort of meeting back in the middle, and maybe we can do the resurgence back to the top together. So who knows? Yes, Danny Borden, Wagwan. Come looking for you in the taps after, but no joy. Oh, shit, man. Did bump into Darla. Did you really, man? Yeah. What, on sesh at night? On that Monday night, dude, if you're about, we'll 100% at the promotion party on Bank Holiday Monday. Let's 100% meet up, dude. If you've got Twitter, tweet me and I'll give you my number and we'll link up because they'll all be out that night. I've no doubt. The players will deliver 2 wins, 100 points for Daniel. They'll be on fire. Love it. 78 RPM. 100% Mark Bradley. I'm hoping this isn't how far behind in the comments I am. I think I am. They can't comment on every bit of gossip. It's just they'd be there all fucking day. He's got stuff to do, hasn't he, my man Paraag? He's stepping in. He's picking the side in a couple of days. On Monday, he's picking the team. Do you know what I mean? Does he bring Melier back in? Who knows? Who knows? No, he doesn't. But, I'm allowed to joke over here. I think it's feasible that Farke and 49ers have agreed that they need a different manager and they'll pay him off. Doubt it, but it's possible. I don't think Farke would ever agree that they need a different manager. Honestly, don't. I think he'll dig his heels in and say, if you want rid of me, you'll have to sack me. But I'm not saying there's no chance of him not. I know you're not saying that, BMG. I'm not saying there's no chance of him being moved on. I'm just saying that the article is fucking woof. It's crap. It's bullshit talk. It's a non-story. It's a non-starter. It doesn't exist. It's not real. Nayada. It's over. It's bollocks. It's bullshit. Doesn't deserve. It's not worth the paper it's printed on. It's bollocks. Too early to say anything about management and coaching staff. Let's finish the season, for fuck's sake. Simples. Some other theory that your mate can hear leak the story. Why is he my mate can hear? Usually a statement of confidence in the manager for the board equals a sacking. So, you know, usually the board lie to you, don't they? You know, go, oh no, we are fully behind. Our survey says Angry Mad Gav will be out BMG on Monday, will. Angry Mad Gav were about for a few fucking days after Monday. I went well over the top. Guy that wrote the article got loads wrong about transfers at the start of the season. Think he's just throwing shit and see what sticks. Do you know what, George? Because this Daily Mail, the Daily Mail, have been said that they've got links to Leeds and they've done these scoops and all that. Yeah, well, these are the scoops we've clicked on. Do you know what I mean? This is the clickbait. There'll be so many bullshit articles that they're releasing. It just seems perfectly timed to me that everybody clicks on this. Nobody reads these rags anymore. No one cares. Do you know what I mean? Nobody gets the news from them anymore. I, unfortunately, click on them so that I've got something to talk about because they come up with the bollocks, you know. Because if I started making stuff up, you'd all have a go at me. So I just read. If something comes up, it must come out. That's why I've got no problem with people talking about it. But just try and say what it actually is, or, you know, don't come out with a big apology the day after, is my point. You're in, Ming. If it don't come from Lowry, I'm not interested. I do, Richo, you see. Back to top 5 for me in this order. Firpo, James, Rodon, Bogle and Tanaka. Firpo's the man. Mandingo deserves it, doesn't he? Sly talks some right babber. We're going to get our argument going on here. It's his job. Is Voldemort Connor? We can't say who it is, what his name is. Is it true that Farke is going? It's arguably more proactive than waiting until. One thing I would say, if they do want rid of Farke, they're going to do it, number one. But if they don't do it, they're not going to not do it. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. They're not going to wait a few games. But for me, Farke would be better off out of it. If they're not going to back him properly and sort of tinker about, they'd be better off. But they're not going to do that. So Farke's all right where he is. Don't worry. Klopp is doing some work for Red Bull, says Craig Wilkinson. Surely they could bring him in and help Leeds stay in Premier League. Let Farke go to Rangers. Well, I made a joke, didn't I, yesterday on my channel saying what Farke needs to do is go to fucking Celtic and win league over there in that Tin Pot club. And then, you know, then he comes over to, I don't know, a team like Tottenham having done well, or do a Rodgers and come over and, you know, do well. Go to Liverpool or whatever, do well or not do well. I mean, Rodgers did do well, but Big Ange has been absolutely ghastly bad. And, you know, he can do no wrong. And was just, yeah, but he's had a lot of injuries. Why? Because he's fucking talks a bit of like normal sense. He talks about nothing but football and all. He's getting his phone out and going, you know, when somebody asks you a question and does that, it's all like, what are you on about, man? Can you just tell me why Tottenham are performing so poorly rather than on about people's reactions on phone? We're not here to, you know what apps you've downloaded, Ange, or fucking how many birds you've banged on Tinder. No one cares about that stuff. They do care about that stuff. I'd actually be up for that conversation. It'd be quite good. But what they're actually bothered about is whether or not the club are performing, and Tottenham are shit. So what are your thoughts on that, Big Ange, rather than, you know, the mind virus that's floating about? Danny Bowden, we're going up as champions and all those gobshite. No marks can cry all summer and hopefully disappear before the new season. Love it, big lad. Another Leeds creator posted, I'm not talking about it again, and he shouldn't have reacted yesterday. Why, though? You can react to whatever you want, man. There's something I reacted to it yesterday. Just tell the truth. Tell what you believe to be true. If disposed of, that's tickled me, Nick. If Farke is disposed of, I think it's a terrible way to treat a manager. The club will have no sympathy within football for such an action, that is for sure. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I fully agree with you, Nick, but unfortunately, I think people like Abraham had called him Ibrahimovic, and Abramovich sort of put that to bed, where you thought, oh, he can't be that ruthless with managers, but they take the money, don't they? And they don't really care, to be fair to them. He's not coming out, mate. He's not coming out. Teo says, I never wanted Farke as our manager, but if we can't sign Klopp, Stephen Kenny, or even David O'Leary, let's keep Farke and see where we're at Xmas. What do you mean? It's mental that this even got out in the first place. We have a championship to win. Surely we can agree or disagree at the end of the season. We are all Leeds. I agree, man. I don't think it has got out, though. This is my point. I think this is a fact of football always. I think every single chairman, every single board, everybody at the club are always looking for replacements. I said it in my video yesterday, but if somebody 10 times better than Tanaka is available tomorrow, the club will sign him and they will move Tanaka on or put him on the bench or whatever. And, you would say, let's build a squad around Ampadu and Tanaka. Well, if two centre midfielders come available, or if Mbappe is available, people get moved on, don't they? It just is what it is. Mbappe is not coming. But, you take my point. They're all to be gone. They're all on the sack. They're all away. They're all on a hide into nothing, but particularly the managers. Well, he's been linked with this is what I mean. I'm up for that. Or you over there, I'm up for it. This is what I mean. Well, he's been linked with Real Madrid. So is that true? Is he off to Real Madrid? He might be. I don't fucking know. But, that's the article that's out. He's off to Real Madrid. Sometimes at MVG says, sometimes you watch your content creator because of the other people they have on their videos too. It's a fair shout, MVG, yeah. Danny Borden, my man. Voldemort. Disingenuous equals insincere. I'm well behind here, right, boys? Misery sells. Don't think it's for real. Misery does sell, brother. It does. Yes, Mingy boy. Yeah, I agree, MVG. I've seen I went round Twitter. I've also seen it when there's been a mistake and jumpers come off and throwing on floor. It's like, it works, doesn't it? People like that fucking gimp from. I think what I'm after is I'm going to be the trailblazer for. I'm going to call it out early doors before, because if we go really, if we end up in Europe and stuff, there's no ceiling to these boys on these channels. They might go into stratosphere. There's no ceiling. But I'll be the trailblazer for being the first one to be like, this is bullshit. This guy's not a real person. Fucking Voldemort. Couldn't possibly say. I quite like that Brownie, who's often on his channel, but I think the guy Gabe talks a lot of rubbish personally. I've not seen much of Gabe. I actually know Brownie. And I think Brownie thinks similar. I won't say to me, if I've never spoken to him personally, but to you guys, I would say, I think Brownie actually knows. Brownie are a good footballer as well. Like, genuinely. Andy wrote, not that matters, to be fair. You'd have to be good at footy to have a decent opinion on it, but it does it validates your opinion, doesn't it, when you were decent? And it was decent, very decent, better than decent. It was very good. He deleted Gabe's brilliant journalism, apparently. They're $100 a pop on the black market for an upload. Well said, Jack. This is why this channel is and always will be the best Leeds United channel. Get up, Mark. Cheers, brother. BMG says he'd literally rather have Harrison than Sterling. I think that's a little bit scathing. I think you'd probably take Sterling on bench, wouldn't you? Yes, we've got another bit of love. I appreciate you, brother. Great. Gabe talks XG and stats. It does my head in. Nice guy. I've only seen clips of Gabe on Twitter. I've seen videos of Brownie. I used to watch Voldemort, but I can't do it anymore. It just fucking drives me nuts. When was that then, Anthony? Reacting to clickbait crap and making the video on the basis that it's legit classic. It all came about, in my opinion, due to paper talk of Angie's exit, managerial, implied Spurs exit. It's all just they're all desperate for clicks. We're all desperate for clicks. I'm not desperate for clicks. I don't really care. But equally, if everybody stopped watching the videos, I wouldn't do the videos. So, I'm not saying I'm desperate for clicks, but, I do care about the clicks on what the fuck am I doing here? I'm not going to do it for, I don't make music. I don't get any clicks on it. I continue to make music, even though I don't get clicks on it. Do you know what I mean? I actually like doing that. I won't do the video if nobody watched it. So I understand it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not bothered. I just think you can be honest. I think you can put your personality, your best foot forward and go for it. But it's up to Voldemort. And everybody says, well, he's got significantly more subscribers than you. Are you fucking jealous, you cunt? Like, no, not really, man. Like, genuinely. He's bought them all for a start off, number one, which makes me sound even more bitter. That's just true. He's bought a significant amount of them. It's just it's just ball baggery. Club strive on stability. We now have that since Bielsa, and I, for one, want that to remain. We have as much chance of success with Farke than anyone else. I agree. I think Farke can genuinely. I've said it a few times. Fred, which is my granddad's name. I love the name Fred, brother. I genuinely think Farke can set the foundations for us to excel in the next. If he can be here for 2 years and get us 10th, 12th in league, and we're proper solid, proper good. I mean, there's no reason why Farke can't go even further than that. I just mean in terms of then you go maybe. You've built they're the building blocks. You guys will know a lot more about the history of the club. I remember from my knowledge, it was because I always thought Leeds were mint. I thought the David O'Leary days in the Champions League I thought this would be us forever. And then I realised pretty quick that it can be pretty shit. But like my brother assures me that, it was like Howard Wilkinson set this up and give us the platform. And then we went on that. Fucking I've had a drink. Not now. I don't want to butcher his name, but is it David Graham? David doesn't seem right. Terrible knowledge, that. That's what I'm saying. My George Graham. So sorry, boys. George Graham set up a perfect platform for us to go and move on. Apparently, a little bit of boring football, but it's just, Howard Wilkinson won us stuff. George Graham set the platform up, and then, we take over from that. So, and then it all turned to shit. So, I was hoping David O'Leary would be like this, and then we get the next man in, but it didn't go like that, did it? To be fair, Jack, I'd rather join in the undisguised rubbish than listen to the rubbish by people who believe it isn't. I'm confused by that SST, but I appreciate you nonetheless. Hamer has proven recently he's a thug. Hamer would be a good side. I'm fucking well behind. Yeah, he's a bit of a zealous fella, but you need a bit of a bite to you, don't you? Need a bit of. I don't think it does any. It never does any harm. Been a bit of a tug. Finaliser the chat sat Farke after the playoff final. After promotion, they were never going to sack him after playoff. He's the man to get you out of this league, boys, and he's proved it. Jack, do you think Paraag's put the curse to bed about Joseph Harris and stuff to go? Yeah. Paraag's the man. Is that right, Last Samurai? That's fucking mad, isn't it? Take it easy, Danny Bowden. Last Samurai saying the Aimer has a 5 million release clause if Sheffield United don't go up. That's fucking mad. I saw that, Mark Bradley. Yeah, I know. Like, if all the players combined, it's terrifying, really. I understand that, to be fair, and he's extremely divisive, isn't he? And he does make it all about him. But that being said, he's the first to die on the sword from it. I think it's a certain type of management now that we sort of live by the sword, die by the sword, isn't it? It's selfish, and I also don't really, and this will upset everybody, but I don't believe that side before self is a thing anymore. I think it sounds lovely and it's really poetic, and I think people get hard on over it, and people say it when it's like they think it means something, but I don't think it does anymore, unfortunately. I don't think there's a single person at the club that is side before self, so I don't think Farke's side before self. I don't think Ampadu's side before self. I mean, I'm not side before self. I'm going to look after myself before I look after the football club for the limited, limited influence I have on the club. I'm obviously joking because I would not. I just talk, as we've said, about the truth. But I don't. I think that thing's gone. Money ain't game. Side before self's a lot of wank now, unfortunately. I actually think that's why a lot of people have fallen out with football. That's my point on Sterling. It was amazing because the players around him compared to Rafinha, he couldn't lace his boots. Look good team around him, in my opinion. It's a fair enough comment, man, but I think it's harsh because you still have to get in that side. I know what you mean, but Rafinha is a better player than Sterling, isn't he? They're not in comparison with each other. Rafinha is far better than Sterling. That's a fine statement. But Sterling had to keep his side in that. Had to keep his place in that side, and that's no joke, is it? It's extremely hard to do. Fair enough, Andy. You keep getting stuck into Voldemort's channel, mate. He was mint for a few seasons, he was. Sterling was. Farke needs to look at the defence first. We scored plenty of goals already, so built back to front, I say. In fairness, we're also, if we don't concede a goal to end the season, we're also the second. We'll have the second best defensive record in history, only behind Burnley, who obviously have gone up with us with a ridiculous amount of goals not conceded. So Farke brought Dathio Con Hale. I don't recognise your name, dude. Sorry if you've commented before, but what's popping? Farke brought togetherness, stability, and enough calm for all Yorkshire. Exactly what this PTSD riddled club needs. Let the fire bees build. He fits us like hand in a glove. I love it, mate. Absolutely love that. And I do agree with that. We do, this, and he says it himself, which I find embarrassing when he says it's an emotional club, and I'm like, oh God, am I part of this? Like, am I part of this emotion? Am I emotional? I don't want to be an emotional guy. I mean, I strive to not be an emotional fella. But obviously, everybody's emotional to some extent. But I'm on about when I say emotion, I mean like, whereas obviously getting raggy or getting pissed off about something that's equal emotions. I understand. We are an emotional club, so I know what he's saying. PTSD riddled club. That's what it needs, man. I agree. It's what it needs. It needs somebody to go. Chill your beans, mate. We're 100% going up. It's happening. Don't fucking worry about it. And my man gets the job done. Beckham is the most overrated player ever. I don't like Beckham, so I'll take it. Ian Hart and Steve Staunton could pass a ball and take free kicks respectively, equally as good as Beckham. I think there's tongue-in-cheek going on here. I mean, Ian Hart was better at free kicks than Beckham in terms of goals. That's a fact. Take him, Tudor. Our weekend Chickers. So is Jaden Bogle, my man Johnny Hot Rod. That's a brutal synopsis of Sterling, that, but BMG, you get into art of it there, mate, and I respect you for it. The mind virus, I'm so far behind here, I don't know what to do. I don't even know if I can say that number out loud. Rizel, what's good, brother? Jack, for me, if Farke stays, 49ers have to back him in the market massively to give us a chance. The only way to get rid and don't face a revolt is bringing in Bielsa or a huge name. Yeah, I do think the majority of the fan base will have a decent enough meltdown, because if it's a random name, I mean, Bielsa would appease me just on the basis that I couldn't help myself, but I'd panic if Bielsa came in a little bit, because I think we could rip up what we had with him a little bit. But I also think his football would work, and if he were back properly, I think Bielsa would always get the job done. I honestly do. As long as there's no ego in changing rooms. Well, no, the changing room. No egos in the changing room. I think he always gets the job done. I think if you give Bielsa Man City side, I think you've got a hell of a team on your hands. To be fair, I think if you give Farke Man City side, you've got a hell of a team on your hands. Pointless arguing with folk wanting Farke out. It could keep us in Prem for 5 years, but the second there's a slip, they'd be straight on the I told you so. That's what I mean, George, about the, like, if you're preempting it, why didn't we all start saying it 2 years ago? Oh, I want Farke out, Farke out, Farke out. And then, because you'll eventually be right. You'll always be right, man. If you're negative in football, you'll always end up being right. There's about 2 managers in borderline in football history that are exempt from the sack. Let's actually pick them managers. So Klopp at Liverpool was exempt from the sack, you'd say. They had a wobble a couple of years. Oh, never going to get the sack after what he'd done. Guardiola's exempt from the sack. Who else? I mean, I think even, a bit lower down. What's his name? Fucking... God, my fucking mind's gone to fucking mush here. But basically, my point is Mourinho has been sacked. Ancelotti gets sacked. Gareth Southgate. No, I'm only messing about. They all end up getting binned off, don't they? There's Mourinho, Guardiola, Klopp. There's 2, Alex Ferguson, who were immune from sack, wasn't he? Arsene Wenger were immune from sack, but we're having to go back a little bit there. And that's it. When Bielsa wasn't immune from sack, I realised that everybody's up for sack. Paraag needs time, says Ming. It means the tacticos, the tacticians, the people that have got all the stat tactics, the statiscos. Yes, Danny. Tweet me up, brother. Let's sort it. The greatest Leeds squad ever under its greatest manager was pretty much called anti-football by certain Mr. Clough. Yes, indeed. Enjoyed that emoji you've got going on there, dude. I know. Howard, I thought he made a couple of bit of a wild calls, to be honest. Yeah. People saying he knows ball though, so understood. Shall I continue to call you AO then? I know, BMG. Sometimes I get confused and I don't let him take the helm as though, you know, like he deserves. Yes, Mingy, handing it out like it's Christmas. MVG, I appreciate you. Story's complete bollocks. That's total bollocks. I don't know, to be fair, Ollie. Interesting. I don't know. Probably they'll have a promotion party, will they? But I think it's set in stone, to be fair. But boys, I'm gonna have to nip for a piss. I'm fucking busting. So you know what we do now.
Yeah, allow me to fuck up all my exes. Nexus, I'm about to kill this motherfucking bitch quicker than my exes. I'm sexist. Best mixed Toyota with the Lexus. I'm restless. I need to kick the shit before it festers. My life's surrounded by 1,000 things just there to test us. Just a restless. My skin's thicker than a bulletproof vest is. I'm invested, the best I'm suggested, the rest can't contest it. Wish I could get up and kick it all the way down to Texas. I'm reckless, I'm messing the mind, it's so congested. So pick your best bitch, I'm a wreck for the test it gives. I'm a chef when it comes to cooking messages. I'm the best shit straight from the chest. If it's a mess, then a test. I will record and put the shit to rest. Little lizards staying blessed, ragging into each and every single one. Another shit is so incest, I detest, I'm unimpressed. All I do is reinvest, all you do is back down and betch. I'm possessed, I could teach this bitch to fetch. I have never found myself not being correct. I'm a master in the game is chess. Leave nothing for a guess. I confess, I'm a sucker for this motherfucking Smith and West. Career a jest, just one in the chamber, a willing Russian roulette. Only when it comes to culture, I would never place a serious bet. I slap this bitch up just to visit the vet. I grab this lizard just to feel the effect. This shit is physics, so mechanics are tech. I got a gallon of magnets and so these atoms are wreck. How do you flatten this set? Do you agree it's got to be impossible to disrespect? On another level and nobody really wanna step. Yeah, I'm butter on a beat, a butterfly in effect. I'm only high in a sense, I'm never lying, I'm cleansed. I'm only rhyming for friends. I'm only piping a piper just to frighten and upset. Never biting Mike Tyson, never sitting on the fence. I'm fighting the tense, I'm never shy on the fence. I'm only writing finish line in sight, but I don't know where this shit ends. I'm politely inviting you, take your bites and just blend. I own the right to offend. If I'm a kite, then I'm high and tight till the motherfucking end.
I think the microphone got slightly confused with the. Hey guys, I'm back. Hey fellas, I'm back. Ollie, you scared me that bad with the. Do you think we'll still get a parade if we finish second? That I had to run to the toilet. I'm so far behind with comments, guys. I feel fucking horrendous. But shall I skip forward a bit? Get to Mingy here. Who are we talking about here? I have no idea LUFC zone. Literally no idea because I don't know what we've been discussing at that point. So I'm that far behind. I'm 20 minutes behind. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate you, brother. Really, MVG, you got it. Finally. Lovely stuff. Thomas Smith, we'll never know. We will never know. Yes, Angus Kinnear. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. staying out of it. Oh, she's moaning like hell. I'm going to have to let her in. Not our last, don't worry. Come on then, Fatty. Come on then, Fatty. Just don't rip everything up. It's an important room to me, this, fellas. That's what it is. You know, I don't mind. I let them in when I'm like not live. Because, you know, they're more than welcome. But this one in particular, the needy one, she ripped shit up. And then back walls collapsing, back walls falling down and a lot. You're all right, aren't you, love? There's no subtlety not from Angry Mad Gav. Yeah. I don't want to say I agree with Brown because I've never spoke to him, so I don't want to put my words in his mouth. But he's a good lad. I don't know, big lad. I do not know. It wasn't a pap. See, it started on it, love. Well, you just went for a patch of loving him, mate. Speaking of thugs, Nomtor wasn't a thug, but he was way too petulant, and he seems to have reined that in a lot. To be fair, it's a decent shout. This is from a comment you made an hour ago on Hamer, by the way. Thank you. I do need the reminders. I'm catching up, though, slowly. I'm only 10 minutes behind now. Thank you, Mark Bradley. I know you're probably gone by now, but I appreciate you. You're getting plenty of buys here because you're a good lad. I proper appreciate you, Mark Bradley. Still in his wash, says Rich. That's why Pep got rid. Saw the decline in him. I agree, saw the decline in him, but we were discussing whether or not he's been great. That's what I'm saying. BMG, just hold out on it. Just say he's declined, and then you're right. But he wasn't shit. I actually thought he was shit at first at Man City. I wasn't into it, but he wasn't shit for years. He was excellent. Big Angie, you talking wolf. You get what you deserve in this world. I like Brown. He says Ollie DYG. Corny. Fake. Oh, see what I mean? What are you doing, love? Disingenuous. Fire Beast. My man Farke. We're catching up here at frantic rates. It's sensational. My main worry with Farke is what happens when we go behind in the Prem. This is where strong in a game management will be needed. Not a strong point in my opinion. I actually think his game management is pretty awesome, to be honest, dude. Crazy. I agree on that. WFA, if it was to be successful, it'd be the biggest fairy tale, I think, in world football. And that's definitely Leeds bias. Yeah, we see. I know where I'm at now. Wenger out, says BMG. Just Joe's 64 favourite to ball his eyes out when Farke eventually leaves. Joe won't cry when Farke leaves. Joe cried when Bielsa left because it meant more than let's get her in here. What you doing, love, eh? What you doing? Say hello, Bambi. Say hello, Fatty. Say hello. What you doing? Huh? Need to be careful not to get my knackers in, don't I, boys? What you doing? David Hockaday, you'd have to take it. Paraag's immune from the sack. Bollocks, BMG. I've totally missed a trick there, not mentioning that. Thomas Smith, Emery at Villa, immune from the sack, probably, even if not tested. Emery's been amazing. I don't think he's immune from the sack. I think it could collapse. I think he'd get sacked. But having said that, I think if Guardiola totally collapsed or Klopp totally... The thing is with that, I agree. But Villa could collapse and then Emery would get sacked, wouldn't he? And, you know, with money... Oh, come on, Lord. With money that Guardiola's got, so they're never going to fully collapse, are they? I mean, to be fair, I mean, Scum did, didn't they? Meslier could still have a decent career, you know. Whoa! I'm going to get it. But Meslier could have a decent career, just not at this club. I think it's unfortunately done. The metrics. We're at the piss track, so I can't remember when I had a piss. Oh, no. No. This is what I'm saying, love. This is what I mean. This is what we can't be having. This is what we can't be having, love. You don't like getting picked up there because you turn into a fucking... Not the fucking memory stick, love. Say hello. Come on, sit down there. She just literally picked my fucking hard drives up, so it could have all gone. Fred West there. He's young for a keeper. He could have a decent career. He just needs to get out of this club now. I don't mean that aggressively. I just mean for his own benefit. What do you mean? The piss rap? Don't know. Don't know what that means. Tweet me up before you go. I don't want anybody from Leicester. I don't want anybody from bottom three. Everybody's banging on about Ramsdale and fucking... What's that fucking gadget called up top? Underlap. What goals has he got this year? Just can't, you know, it does tick up. To be fair, is that fucking hell? Got 12 goals. Yeah, take him. Man United apparently in for him. You just never know, do you? Yes, Danny Bowden, do you like a bit of pussy? Andy not sure on that one because KG said the other day that he isn't sure if another manager could do what Bielsa did with Leeds that season. I'm going to say, I mean, I don't know KG from Adam, but I'd be absolutely stunned if he's not put some respect on Bielsa's name. That's got to get put up again twice. 78 RPM. The reason I subscribe here because it's relaxed, honest, and free from bull. Some others annoy me to up themselves, in my opinion. Thank you, dude. Put that on so she don't get cat hair all over it. She's off. Fuck's sake, love. Come on. It's too much now. Just settle. She can never settle. Go on, settle now. You'd be better off asking Ming. Ming knows what day it is. Yes, Cragger. Cheers, dude. I'd sign Tamori. I'd take that Tamori all day long. I'd have Loftus Cheek as well, to be fair. Anybody that I think can come and do it in Prem and be a bit of a bully. Loftus Cheek's a big dude, and he'd get it going on. There's apparently there's a money sign or something, dollar sign or something, dollar bill, yeah. Oh, legendary, handing it out like Christmas. You're an absolute hero, brother. Oh, cheers, dude. I don't know if I've seen him. Rysel or Rizzle. If you've been watching channel for any significant amount of time, you'll know I can't pronounce anybody's name, but shout out to Rysel. I need to write these down. If I don't write them down now, I'll forget. So Ming's handed them out. MVG. Ming. MVG. Mark. Oh, she just bit me. Fucking hell. Mark Bradley. That fucking hurt. Cragger. Rysel. I fucking hurted that. Shit the bed. She knows, right? I'm not even joking. I know we're not here to talk about my pussy, but she knows. So she's right attention seeker, so I stroke her. But if I stop looking at her and stroke her, she knows and she bites me. It's the most remarkable thing I've ever. If I'm trying to get to sleep and she's so neat, she like nuts me all the time. Like, come on, give me some love. So I'll be stroking her, and then I literally look away, like, you know, to try and go to sleep to stroke, and then I get bit. Don't you little fucking monster. Oh, she's getting nasty now, though. Can't be on with this. Yes, towel. It's called Bambi. Lola's nowhere to be seen at the minute. Got these things, these panels up here. And I can't turn my laptop too far around, but they love these panels, so they both get up there. My acoustic panels, both get up there, and then they have like these face-offs where they're like, and Bambi, she doesn't jump anywhere, she just climbs everywhere, so they sort of like have a scrap on top, and then Bambi just falls off and legs it and hides for about 2 hours. I appreciate you, Rysel. I appreciate you, brother. Yes, legendary, and I've not found it. It must be down back. Their acoustic panels there as well, and they've lost. She's a nightmare. She's so sweet though. Like Lola, my other cat's a fucking tyrant, but she doesn't do all. She does her own thing. Whereas this one's like a real problem for different reasons. I'm a fan of Farke. Don't do it. I'm gonna have to throw her out in a minute, I think. I'm a fan of Farke, but I think Farke game management is poor. Seems pre-planned. Like Blackburn when Solomon was cooking and got taken off. I don't know, dude. I think his game management's excellent. No, I don't, John. That's what it's all about, brother. That's what it's all about. Get her on piano here. What are you doing, love? Look, you see how she's going to set up for attack here. She'll have to go annihilate something. Stripper's been had his cherry popped. Wilco looked like he'd be immune from the sack, but even he got it. She's going to bite me. I'm going to have to turf her out, guys, but cat term thing. I'm going to have to turf her out. Don't judge me. But there's just fucking... This ain't going to work, Bambi, mate. So say bye. Say bye. Look, stretching arms out. Look at that. Say bye. Good lass. Right, I'll see you in 10 minutes, chick. All right. Go say hello to your sister. Right, I can fucking relax now. I'm getting bit. Thomas Frank, again, that's like, that's a proper good shout. But he's not immune from sack. He'll get binned as well. Andy Rowe, you backing me up there for once, Andy? Last bit of bubbly, boys, and then I'm out of here. MVG, it's my last full bottle of wine, and then I'm out of here. There's some serious OGs in here. I've got Mr. P as well, that... Cheers, Mingy. Mr. P, right? It was, I think, was possibly my first ever member. And I've not seen Mr. P for ages on here, but every now and again every time he watches one of my videos, he puts a super chat in. I'm like, what? He's such a nice guy. But he bought all my music for I've got it on Bandcamp, and you can pay whatever you want. Like, you can have it for free. And he gave me loads of money, and I was just like, you're a fucking, he's an absolute legend, but I've not seen him for ages. The only thing about YouTube, right, I think, particularly if you're a member, I think I should be able to communicate with you personally. I think there should be a medium, a means for me to say, like, are you all right, dude? Do you know what I mean? Like, because I've not heard from Mr. P for ages. So, yeah. You get me? I understand why they can't just hand emails out, but I think if you're a member, I think it's on that level where I should be able to message you, really. Just on here. There should be a chat on here privately. Not while I'm live, just in general. I know I'm talking shit now, but it is the Underlap where we talk shit. You know, we've actually spoke an incredible amount of football today, which is unusual. Yes, Baseline Bible, I am good, brother. Are you? Cheers, BMG. Take it easy, dude. I appreciate you, man. Truly. As you well know. Do smash us a like, guys. We've got 75 in here, 73 likes, 77 in here now, in and on and over here, and only 73 likes, which is, you know, I've got an ego and it really is depressing. You know. Chickers, Jack, your music is fantastic. Do you have a link so I can check it out? Would love to see all your tracks and like them after subscribing to the channel. Chickers, you're not fooling anybody, mate. Anybody that's been here for long enough knows that you've been about a long time and you're a Blackpool fan and you're just here because you're one of my brother's best mates. But you are hilarious and we'll get you on the channel, Chickers. We need to get you on the channel. You were going to give us the pep talk, weren't you, one Wednesday when it all started to go a bit tits up. Walker Peters on a free, you'd have to, wouldn't you, Howard Bowden. Jack, so you're not saying Bex is a one-trick pony who played one-dimensionally? You're on about Beckham? I actually think Beckham was underrated on the fact that he's done a bit of a, I mean, I love Posh Spice, to be honest, just as a youth. But she's having a go at door again. But no, I thought he was underrated for his actual football ability. I thought it was amazing. I just hated him. Can't see the dollar sign. There's somebody help him out, boys. Rice, a long timer over at Just Joe's. No, I don't know. I would have thought so. Most people do watch Just Joe. He's the GOAT after all. Just Joe, have you not wanting Ramsdale or Phillips? I don't know about Ramsdale, but Just Joe would have Phillips back. No doubt about that. I apologise, it's Buggerlugs are cats. What's a Buggerlug? I don't think this is going to be complimentary. Buggerlug. I wouldn't have... a Buggerlug is a British informal term primarily used in Yorkshire. Feel frustrated that I don't know it. That can be used affectionately or slightly insultingly towards someone, especially someone you care about or are speaking to in a friendly but slightly cheeky way. So it's interesting that, Danny Bowden, because I don't know if you're being nice or not now. There's fucking cat hairs on my fucking screen now. I'll be out in a bit, love. Yeah, I thought you'd be a dog man, Danny. Most people are. I'm not an animal man, as we've spoke about before. MVG, don't call me out. There's only cats in the house because it was not forced upon me, but I went along with it. And that, to be fair, I love them. They're in proper geezers, they are. I say the proper geezers, they're both girls, but if you look away, it will bite. Is that a thing? I've got a cat like that too. Odd creature. It's crazy, dude. It works me out. I'm like this. I'm like looking at it, like, come on, settle down, and then I settle down, and I go like, so I go, all right, I'll just keep stroking it as I fall asleep. Then I'll get like a fucking. It don't go all the way in, but it hurts. Cheers, dude. I appreciate you, man. Honestly. Have you been dropping bombs on that? Do JT and Just Joe still do stuff? I'd get JT on channel, you know, but I don't think he likes me. You got some pussy that bites back. Well, no, it just bites, actually. Love it, White Snakes. What's good, brother? You'll have probably pissed off by now because it's 7 minutes ago that you commented, so... Well, Andy wrote, I think you're either bilingual or I'm not even lingual. I don't know whether that is the... I can't speak a great deal of English, but I don't know what a desperento is. So we're here again, and I'm about to say, I don't know what you mean. It's hard for me to know sometimes. You know I love you though, man. There's no doubt about that. Thinks Aisha's got gifted a membership. The Pussy Whisperer. We've got a cat called Jaffa. That's a good name, mate. Lola and Bambi over in this house. I didn't name them, but I do like the names now by accident because they live with me. And to be fair to Bambi, when you take her to vets, she turns into Bambi. She's like a frigging worm. She won't come out at things. She's an absolute nightmare in house. And she goes to vets and she's like, and woman vets always like, vets do me head in a bit. They're right fucking dickheads. You know, like particularly when Bird don't go with me, and I'm like, I've got to take them in. And the both of them, I've taken both in, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know what injections they've had or whatever. She sorts it all out. So I'm like, I don't know, love. I've just been told to bring them. I'm here with them. Do you know what I mean? It's 4:30. I'm 10 minutes late. What are we doing? Do you want this? I don't know. Just what's it say on the computer? What have you organised with it? I don't know. But they always make it out as I'm like abusing Bambi. Like, and it's like, no, she won't go outside. If I open the door, she goes and hides. She refuses to be outside. She's this proper scaredy cat. But the vet must not. I don't think, as unique as I think Bambi and Lola is, like everyone thinks that the kids are unique. My mum probably thinks I'm unique, although she's learned over the years that I'm not, nobody's that unique. Cats aren't unique. Dogs aren't unique. Do you know what I mean? I know you like them individually, but they're not unique. So what my point is, when you go to vet, there must be other cats that are a little bit timid, but then when they get home, they're totally fine. I mean, I'm a different man in hospital. Do you know what I mean? I'm not this chatty when I have to go get my fucking nads checked or something, or I've got a problem with my back. I'm not giving it big licks going, yeah, well, I'll fucking, you see fucking non-so performance at weekend chick. It's like, no, I'm very hesitant to get my cock out in fucking, it's just, I don't know. I'm talking shit now, but vets do me head in, basically. Let's get back to Pussy Whisperer. Catman, no can do. It's a nice name, isn't it? Bring back the cat. Clem Fandango. You could have saved some characters there, White Snake, and put y'all rather than how y'all doing. It could have been like, how y'all doing? And then you'd have been down like fucking. You could have been like, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing, bruh? Did you have his nuts chopped off, Johnny? It's done. Clock watchers, yes. Mr. P does like KG, yeah. I'd be up for talking to KG, but I don't know why. I don't know how to do so, and he probably won't like me. So, but I always set off like that. I think, to be fair, in life, set off thinking people won't like me, and then if they do, it's a bonus, isn't it? I'm that way inclined in general in my whole life. I think I just go like, if we start this conversation, you thinking that you won't like me, I'll put my best foot forward. I'll try my best, and then, or not try my best. I don't really care if you don't like me either. But that kind of sets me up in my stall there. Where I'm like, well, if you don't like me, you don't like me, mate. I didn't expect you to. Why don't you like me? That it leaves it from being like, why don't you like me? Why don't you like me, mate? Like, didn't expect you to like me, mate. I don't care if you don't like me. When probably in the back of my head, I'm like, I wonder if this fella likes me. Blah, get up. I got on fucking Henry Weston's in fucking Scarborough Taps, and that is brutal stuff. Proper buzzed me, that. But luckily, then we went back to Ellen Road then. So, because I'd run up into town to watch Burnley match and then went back to Ellen Road then. And so I was zinged. I felt like my brain were like, woo, we're on verge here, we could go. And then the half an hour break down at Ellen Road sort of sorted me out, and then I was able to go for the duration, go for the night. We are all the members. I've had private messages from YouTube content creators, although I think it was a scammer. It's possible, don't know how. Do let me know how you do that, because I would be up for messaging some people. So if a member goes missing in action, you just keep getting their monthly payment forever. I would imagine no, because I would imagine that there's Mr. P. He's commented as Mr. P, so he is still around. He might be in the wings, much like Ena. You know, Ena stays in the wings, doesn't he? But Ena pops up normally towards the end of the live, where I've not seen Mr. P in a live. Maybe he's just not a live man. Maybe he doesn't like it in the lives, but he does comment really, really briefly. But he's been my first ever member, and he's still. I mean, he's the West Coast warlord. He's an absolute legend in my mind. The only manager that does well in the Prem is the one that spends the most. Ferguson did it for 20 years. Shane O'Donnell, my brother. Nobody, for some reason, this narrative that Ferguson didn't spend or didn't go out and buy the best player. He started the scene. He started the whole thing. He started just go and buy the best players like Van Nistelrooy, Van Persie. Ferdinand spent a fortune on. He did it forever. He always did it. It's absolute woof. Legendary comment is that, Shane. It's fucking bollocks. I know he was a good manager, obviously, to maintain everything and recreate size like he did. Brilliant. I'm not even knocking his accolades. I don't even care. I don't even have to go down that road. I don't like Scum. It's fine. I don't. I hate them. They're a laughing stock now. I love it. But Ferguson spent shitloads of money for ages. And this idea that Guardiola spends money and they're successful. Yes, Ferguson did that forever. Wenger was in competition with him without spending any money. Liverpool, in comparison to how much Man City have spent, was in competition without spending loads of money. I understand the point per pound, which was a thing that went round. But yeah, 100%, man. Ferguson spent a fortune. And always just went out and bought the best players from the best clubs. That's not scouting, is it? Going out and getting the best players. Just going, well, Van Persie's ace. Get him in. Peru, unfortunately, is unavailable. I've asked him every Thursday, but I think by the time I go live on here, dude, he's off his box. He's too high. Chickers is the man. Do you want to jump on, White Snakes? Are you available, big man? Do you want to jump on and have a bit of Paraag talk? Can do 5 minutes, can't we? Any of you can, in fairness. Just need to get my number somehow. I'll send you a link. Cragger, enjoy your beer, but please don't come on tomorrow wearing sunglasses like Connor did for our promotion, as he had been on a session with Paul Gascoigne. What a knob. Jack's cat is a better pussy than Posh Spice. So there were a few years that I'd agree with you now, but there were a few years where I would have disagreed. I still think she's a classy lady, to be fair, even though she's, I'm not about hearing her talk. I don't mean that to be crude and rude, but she didn't wear she dresses and that. And when she went to that bloke's wedding, him and Kate and William, them in Royal fucking, them in big house in London. I just saw it cut to her and I thought she's tasty, even though I think she's too thin and I don't even like her body figure, know nothing about her, but she's a classy lady. She always dresses well. It got me. What am I on about though? Royal wedding. Fucking hell. Royal wedding. Posh and no, not Posh. William and Kate Middleton got there in end. Posh Spice is a slapper. She's a real goer. And when she's shagging Beckham, she thinks of your boy, your boy, your boy. I love it. A bugger lugs, I'll take it. It sounds nice. Yeah, he would do. Yeah, but I didn't know about Ramsdale, but I know he wants Phillips back. We spoke on my channel. First, I don't like calling them interviews, as you well know, but first interview I did, I asked him and he was like, 100%. I don't know what the hate list goes on, but I'm in for it. Bosh, Andy. Bosh. Shall we find it? Oh, spelling's horrendous. It's not popped up, dude. I can't fucking function when I've had a cage. It's embarrassing. Really need Leeds to win the league for the city parade. You know there's going to be plenty of Errols shaving Quim down in Lamprenian wearing tight Leeds tops. I'll be there sweeping up. Oh, splendiferous. Splendid fella. Is that to come in on White Sticks? I've jumped in front. Is that to jump it? Because I thought I've just asked you to come on. If you want to jump on for 10 minutes, we can jump on and have a quick chat. I've missed loads of comments out on that on the basis of getting to that. So, as in yes to me. Put Jack yes, and I'll tweet you link, dude. I won't tweet you link. I'll. Because fucking Andy Rowe had that cheek to say, right, send link, job done. Andy Rowe had tweet, cheek to say that I won't get you on. What's all this about? Let me find you here. What's your name on Twitter, White Snake? Is it not White Snake? Get you sent back for a bit of White Snake action. You're all welcome, boys. You've only got to make the noise. I tried to get you on the other week, Ming. You didn't fancy it. You bottled it. To be fair, I just go in my messages. You're on one of my top messages here. Sorry, dude. Yeah, you're there. Didn't even need your name. Apologies, brother. I've sent you it, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet you through the video area. Yes, he's here. He's my guy. Yes, White Snake.
How you doing?
Hang on a minute. Let me turn my speakers up. I'm letting you down here. Can you hear me, dude?
How you doing?
How's it going?
Right, there you go.
It's good to meet you through the video sphere.
Yeah, after doing Order Knows Better, I thought I'd love to get on Jack's show and just have a bit of a chat.
I watched it one yesterday. I can't remember when it was. A couple of days ago, were it?
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
It was Wednesday. What's Tuesday your time?
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, because
so what time is it?
Thursday.
What time is it? What time is it where you are now, dude?
10:30.
10:30. Wednesday morning.
No, Friday.
Fucking Wednesday. I'm going backwards in time, dude. Sorry, I'm all over the shop. Doesn't surprise you. How are you?
Yeah, good, good.
Yeah.
What about all the shit about Farke?
Well, what do you think?
I'm along the lines of what you said on, what was it, Just Joe Show. You know, like they will continually look for players. They will continually look how to improve the side. And that includes getting managers, different medical staff, getting the recruitment managers. They'll continually upgrade, looking at upgrading. And they probably, like you said, they probably did do a bit of research, but I don't think it's. They probably had a look, and somebody's just jumped the gun. I think it's disgraceful the way it's been done, and I think somebody's got a hidden agenda by the sounds of it. Why would you do it right now? Why not? Why didn't you do it when you had the story in the first place, or why didn't you do it after? And you can come up with all the excuses of, oh no, now's the right time to. No, I reckon to me, it's a Burnley fan who's worried about getting the missing out on the champions and trying to put us off. G'day, my name is Tao. How are you?
I agree with you, Mr. Whitesnake. Honestly, I think it's a start. That's why I keep saying it's a non-story, and everybody like on Twitter, everybody's getting mad with me because they're making it out as though I'm saying it doesn't exist. That's not what I'm saying. It's a real story. It just doesn't have to land now. It's been the case for ever since Farke got here.
I reckon somebody's done it to wind the fan base up. Because I mean, this is what we're all about. We're very passionate fans, and we take things very seriously. I think you'll find a lot of the fans that are for Farke in will be because we're very loyal fans. When you've got players or managers that have done the right thing by the club, the fans always remember. I mean, you look at Don Revie. Every Leeds fan knows something about Don Revie, Billy Bremner, the Gray family. The list goes on. Rafinha, Bielsa, for the more recent ones. And that you won't find a fan base like that anywhere else. In my opinion, and I can say that because I'm a content creator.
Yeah, I do think we have a unique fan base. To be fair, so you got to take the rough with the smooth, aren't you, with it? Because we do get a lot of shit flies around, but equally, you know.
Well, most of the Farke out ones are a minority, but they seem to get the biggest say. It's probably clickbait, you know. If you've got this sort of the thing, it's to get views and all the rest of it.
Yeah, it's somebody put earlier in chat, misery sells, and ultimately, you know, I mean, it's been a massive story. Like it's undeniable. My channel did well yesterday from it. You know, it's probably done well today but it's a talking point in it, and people love it. I mean, to be fair, and even on that, Mr. Whitesnake, I can't help but Steve. I'm only messing about, but I can't help but be engaged by it myself. So it did engage me, even though it annoyed me. It engaged me. So you know, I
was exactly the same. Karen said to me, "Are you going to do a video on it?" And I said, "No, I'm going to wait." And she said, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm pissed off."
Yeah,
and I'm not. I want to hear the full story, and I'm one of these people who sort of like will wait for till I get some facts and figures, or you know, that sort of things. So I don't want to put anything out that is untruthful.
Yeah.
Connor, I had a look at Connor. He put an apology up this morning because he did a 2-hour stint on it, and he's got an apology up. And good on him for apologizing. And he explained that it wasn't the right thing to do. You're bleeding the fan base, I reckon, by putting that out.
I think the apology came because there was a bit of backlash, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, well, there would be that as well, and he did well out of it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. But I just think if you're only talking about the news, because I spoke about the news yesterday, and I got a bit of backlash, like you always get a little bit, but you know, the majority of it wasn't backlash. I think when you've got a certain agenda, I think you're bound to get backlash for things every now and again. I don't know if you have to, delete videos on that basis. You know what I mean? As long as you're being genuine, I don't think it really matters. I've spoke about Farke and said, if he gets sacked, I think it's outrageous. But if we're moving on, it just is what it is. You can say two things can be true at once, can't they? You can say what you think, and even if you want him out, I mean, I presume you don't want him out, do you?
No, because I'm of the belief that everything he said he would do, he's done. He was employed for 5-year contract, and if you have a look go back and who was it? Joe, I think, put up this morning a little clip of Paraag at his first interview, and he said he's got 4 or 5 year contract. Get us back into the Premier League, and when he's in the Premier League, we will give him the backing. He basically said we will give him the backing that he did not get at Norwich, and we believe he's the best man for the job, basically. And I think they'll stick by that. They've been pretty fair as it is, so good on them. Well, I hope they do.
I mean,
you never really know, do you?
No, and I think they're not going to do the thing where they give him 5 or 6 games, like everybody keeps saying, 10 games or whatever, and then they might pull the plug on him. Obviously, if it's going horrendously badly, they're going to get rid of him. But they're either going to back him fully now, or they will look to move on. But I think they'll be having big boy conversations, and I don't think Farke's sat in the boardroom scared of talking to the 49ers. That's my whole point on it. It'll be just as much Farke saying, no, this is what's happening. And if they don't agree with the situation that they find themselves in, they'll have to sack him. He will take the sacking. He won't accept the sack. It won't be mutual, but he will be like, well, you'll have to sack me then, lads, because I'm not on board with this. He's a good man in that way. Do you know what I mean? He'll stand up for himself.
Yeah, it's a bit like you go to work and they give you offer you a job, and this is what you've got to do, and we want you to do this and that, and you do this and that, and then they said, oh no, we want you. No, I've come here to do this, and I'm going to do it. You want this? You want to get to where you want to go. This is how I'm going to do it. You're either in or you're out. You either back me or you don't.
Yeah.
Now, there will come a point, like we keep having to remind people, there are certain circumstances where you say, okay, no, we're going down the wrong track. You're not working. We need to replace you. And you've said it yourself, which surprised me and Karen. Karen and I we were laughing yesterday. I was watching the final word, and we were listening to your talk, and Karen said, I can't believe how you and Jack actually think the same, but you're so different. And I said, yeah, well, I don't know what all that's about. And it all started from, I don't like hip-hop music, and look at me now. It's just a small world, and I don't know what it is, but I'm really enjoying your output. It's great. It's like now, because I did this content creators thing, I'm now sort of like, I had all these people that I was going around checking out all the time. And then now all of a sudden it's become smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's surprising who I've actually got that I watch on a regular basis. And then there's those that I don't. Have gone to the wayside because they're shit, Well, in my opinion, they're shit. I've got to say that, or otherwise I'll cop a load of backlash.
Don't worry about the backlash. If there's one thing I've learned in doing this, I just never worry about the backlash. Not that I imagine you would do.
No, I don't.
I mean, your channel's a positive channel as well, isn't it, man? It's not,
everybody
tell the truth. I just think if you tell the truth, Mr. Whitesnake, you'll always end up in a scenario.
Like there was a couple of people who were asking me, am I going to do Connor on the content creators review? And I said, yeah. And they said, somebody said, oh, but you don't like Connor. It's not that I don't like Connor. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he presents. And then sometimes I don't agree with the way he presents it. Oh, so you still follow him? Yeah. Why? Well, you can't follow good people, the people that you agree with, and not follow the people that you disagree with, because then how do you know you're only? It's a bit like politics, isn't it? You just listen to one side of the conversation. You won't listen to the other because you don't agree with it or because you don't want to hear it. So I've got people I follow that are I don't agree with, but it's good to hear their side of the story.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do struggle to watch Connor a little bit on the basis that when I'm watching football, I don't really need it in my life to be so.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
angry
about
shit. Do you know what I mean? I don't. It can piss me off a little bit. But if it wanted to have a chat with me, I'd be so up for it. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't care less. I joke about and I piss about on Twitter, and so I'm only messing about. It's genuinely a joke to me. This is a game of football, and we're now all in this YouTube world where I'm just like making shit up as I go along. I'm not. People think I'm envious of his channel and that. I'm happy for lad. I swear on my life, I couldn't care less. You know, let's have a chat.
The comment I put today was, I've seen him grow from Connor in the cupboard to where he is now, and he has developed and grown really well.
His channel is in a good way, amazing,
and good luck to him. And don't forget that this is his job. And sometimes in this sort of universe that we live in, you need to poke the bear occasionally to keep yourself going, and that's what they do.
I just think you should tell the truth, though.
Yeah. True.
I don't think he tells the truth often enough. I've become as I get older, Mr. Whitesnake, I've realised that you have to tell the truth. It comes back to bite you. So well,
the thing is, if you tell a lie, it's harder to remember which lies you've told.
Well, yeah, I really, honestly, I used to be a liar in my youth. I did though, man. I used to bullshit and I used to lie, not bullshit, but I used to fib and get myself out of trouble all the time and whatever. And it didn't do me no good. And then as I've got older, it's just like, what if you actually got naught to lie about? There's no need to lie. And I literally live my life like that. So I don't like liars. And I think if you try and tell the truth, you can accidentally tell a lie. That can be a thing. But I just think there's an agenda and there's a happiness because the channel does well. The channel gets views if this is news. And it's like, really, the channels, all our channels that have got loads of views, because there'd have been all positive news and people had been flooding in, loving it, going, oh, promotion, like, what do you know about, where were you when we went up? And it's still done well.
Yeah. Well, when I was on Order Knows Better, Karen was saying to me, she was so proud of me because she said, I'm watching you on Order Knows Better. She said, you're just like that at home. And I always try to be that, if I don't want to put on a persona of I'm something else on my channel.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get. And I think it's the same with you, to be honest. I've heard Joe mention a few good words about you, especially during his rough time with his mum. And, I notice all that. I used to be a security officer. So I know, I notice things like you'll be there and the blind gate that went on. Karen mentioned it, got me in the shit. You got me in the shit, you bastard. He said, oh, it's to improve it. And I said, oh, we're joking about it and all the rest of it. But it keeps going on about it. But then when you went on to the clock watchers.
Yeah.
Oh, she was laughing. She goes, oh, are the clock watchers there?
Well, it's just if something comes up, it must come out, as you well know.
Yeah, exactly.
But you were pretty scathing of me, to be fair, because I've watched your channel forever, man. And you I can't remember exactly what it was. It must have been about a year ago. But you were like, takes a little bit of getting used to. I'm still trying to get used to him. Like, I don't really know what is going on in the videos, but so I did,
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. You develop, although we didn't sort of like know each other like we do now. Like I put in, I'm not here, I'm not commenting, I'm not watching.
Yeah.
Right?
That's funny, though.
You know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what you mean, but you'll piss off in about 5 minutes. If you notice during the comments, I put, I can't get away today, or I've got no jobs to do today, so I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Which is true, But it's going in and out. I don't mind it, but at least I'm showing a bit of love when I pop in, because there's a lot of channels I go in and say hello, and I've got jobs to do because of the time difference. Like you're ready for bed, I've got jobs to do. I'm ready for bed. You guys are just waking up. Well, why are you fucking off now? Can't you stay up late?
No, it's all love anyway. I'm only
it is. That's what it's all about. Oh, this is great, Jack. I've always wanted to do this.
Well, you're welcome on anytime, man. Genuinely, whenever you pop in. Like
you see, that's the thing too. The one thing I don't want to do is soak up somebody's, like Order No Better have invited me back. And they said, and I said, I'll come back, but I'm going to spread it out so you're not in their face all the time. Because that's what, I'm only, I think I'm about 9 away from 200. I average about 65 views per thing. I joke about, you get any comments? Yeah, I got a few the other day, 2 of them. And people go, who? But then when I have a look at my views, people are watching it. So,
no,
and I don't want to be on everybody's channel all the time. You just come in every once in a while, once a month or once every couple of months, say your piece. And when you've got something to say.
Yeah.
I can't believe some people sit on there for a couple of hours talking about a review of a game that ended 0-0.
No. Having said that, I have been live 2 hours here and I don't really know what I've said, but that is what the Underlap's about, to be fair. It's about having a couple of beers.
That's a different thing, isn't it? It's you float in, you talk about the game, you talk about certain players, and then somebody will go off on a tangent, you go that way, and then you come back and it's just easy flowing. It's like a little calm beach where the water just comes in and comes out and you're all good. So,
Mr. Whitesnake deserves more subs. I agree with that, definitely.
Oh, Danny. Yeah. See, Danny's another one where I'm starting to watch his channel a little bit more. But lately he hasn't been doing it enough. So, there's been more important. We're getting to the business end of the season. We've won promotion. Now we need to go up as champions. And I think we can do it. And I think we should do it.
Do you think it'd be disappointing if we don't go up as champions, Mr. Whitesnake?
No.
I
will be. I will be inside. But I'm not going to bang my head up against the wall if we don't.
No, I know what you mean. Not going to be fuming.
One of the comment. I don't know whether you've read the comment I put on your post about. I think it was the last video you did, and I said I'm in agreement with you. We need because I thought on Order Knows Better. I said I hope we finish 15th or something. Having listened to what you had to say, I sort of thought, yeah, he's right. I'm sort of like I'm doing what a lot of the fan base or what a lot of Leeds supporters do because their expectations are almost set. This is how Leeds supporters should think. No, what we should think is we should be up in the top 6 because that's how good we are. Providing we get the players and we get all the rest of all the little bits. What do they say? All the little frills and all that. We should be in the top 6. And then I changed, and in the comment, you're about to see the comment. I put, no, we should be the biggest boy in the Premier League.
Yes.
And that's the sort of attitude you got to take. And when I thought about it, I thought, yeah, Jack's fucking right. And that's why I came on today. When I saw you, I thought, I'll go in and see how the conversation's going.
Yeah,
make sure I have nothing on my agenda.
It needs a boost 100%. Like you can't go in the same at sort of say, oh, we're a big club or a sleeping giant and we deserve to be in the Prem and then go 17th, let's finish 17th. It's like, that can't be, they're not two true things. It's like, no, we're a top 10 club. Let's go for it. We're in the Premier League now. We deserve to be in the Premier League. I agree. Like you just said, we need to recruit, right? It's going to be really difficult. And, maybe we'll finish 17th, but I'm not aiming. I don't just want to survive. Let's go have a good go at it. Let's go finish 12th, 10th, 13th. Do you know what I mean? That'd be amazing. That we'd have a right season. Some upsets. We'll maybe beat a couple of big teams and stuff. Like we deserve to be there, or there's no point being there.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. But that was. I mean, that's the sort of effect you have on me. Is I listen because like I said before, I listen to a lot of you guys, and then I sort of like. What do I agree with here? What do I agree with there? And then I put it in together, and then I might put a video out, or I'll come on and have, like I'm doing now, having a chat with you. But what you said changed my way of thinking, And that's what it's about. It's the way Leeds United fans think. They think that we need to do this. They think, well, if you're going to think that way, how about you think in a more positive way and think that we can be top 6 or top 10, top 6, but let's look for a more positive outcome than looking, oh, we just want to survive. Yes, we're gonna need to survive.
That comes as standard, doesn't it?
Yeah,
there's no point going up if you don't want to survive. I mean,
it gets frustrating because I can, like I always said when I first started, was in the Farke's first year. This side has the potential to whoop sides. They can beat sides, but they couldn't just get it together. This year they started to do that, although there was a few times when I was sitting there going, fucking, you should have had 12 goals, But no. Anyway, we're getting there. And I agree with you. We should be looking at top 10. I reckon top 6. We could do it. Given the right set of circumstances, yeah, we're capable of doing it.
In a few transfer windows, there's no reason why, in a few years we can't be genuine, I mean, not Forest everybody's banging on about. They'll drop off, but they've had an amazing year. Bournemouth are in there. Brighton. These are all teams that we're bigger teams than them. Do you know what I mean? In terms of going up and having a go at it. I know Man U have been horrendous this year, and Tottenham have been horrendous and stuff. But Newcastle are brilliant now. They're doing really well. There's
the other thing. There's the opposite, isn't it? Hey, Tottenham, shit. Manchester United, I'm sorry, scum, are shit. But are they copping the same shit we're copping? Because we're going up, oh no, we're going to be shit. No, we're not.
Mm. Well, they think they're going to push on, don't they?
Yeah.
They're the big clubs, aren't they? They believe in the structure of the club. They believe they'll get big again. They believe they'll be decent.
You don't see them shitting their knickers. They'll just sort themselves out.
Yeah.
They'll work on surviving, and then next year they'll come back bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do.
I believe we will as well. What's your overriding thoughts of the season, Mr. Whitesnake? Have you enjoyed it? Or
I've really enjoyed it. Like Lockie talked about Tanaka 2 years ago. He said, "Oh, if I could, I'd get him in." And I was sitting there hoping for it, and then they got him in. And you've seen what he's done. Yeah, he's dropped off in his performance and that, but it's the first time he's been in the championship. It's a hell of a lot tougher than anything he's ever faced. And I think he's done it really well. Never played as many games. And Bogle, goodbye. There was, between the two of them, that's $8 million.
It's crazy.
It's
amazing,
crazy.
Amazing business.
And the other thing too is I don't think you have to spend a lot of money to get good players. If your recruiting team is good enough, you can get players who have got the ability, have got the mentality, and that's going to be a big thing this year to do the job. I think most of the players this year have gelled really well. And that's another thing with the rotations and stuff like that. I think Farke was more of putting trust in players. He was trying to get a side that would get him over the line. And he couldn't, in the end, he probably shot himself in the foot a bit, because by the time he got to where he wanted to go, you can't throw a new boy in. You can't throw some of these youngsters in to help you out, because you're in a tight position. You need your best at your best to do the best. And that's what they did. So, and we've done it 2 games before the end of the season, so we're promoted. Now we're going to go
pretty comfortable. It's ended up being pretty comfortable, hasn't it? But like you say, you need people that can go and just that are going to get the job done. And ultimately, people bang on about the main job is just to get out of the league, and then people equally say, "Oh, but we need to sort of give players a certain amount of opportunity, a certain amount of minutes." No, the job is to get out of the league, and then you worry about it once you're out of the league. And Farke in the last 10 games has thought, who's going to get me out of this league? And he's picked players like Bamford coming back, getting him off at bench, making sure Ampadu got back up to fitness, seeing if James could get back to full fitness. That's why I brought him on the other day to see if he didn't have it in him. Obviously, wasn't fully fit. but he wanted the players back that he knew would do the business. There's no risks.
Yeah.
Can't take risks at this point. It's pointless. Take risks next year or in pre-season. Ramazani, for instance, will get a full opportunity now to be the starting winger in our team in the Premier League. He'll have the full pre-season to go and prove it. But at the time, Farke had to pick some players that would get us out of the league. Ramazani was a risk.
Yeah. I think I heard somebody say, like, I'm not sure whether it was on Twitter or on YouTube, was talking about Farke's. Oh, Aria said something. Hi, Andy from Mrs. Whitesnake. I know you're a big supporter of Steve's channel. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. That's the wife. She's it's her birthday today, so wish her a happy birthday.
No, are you joking?
No, today's Anzac Day in Australia. Well, in Australia and New Zealand, and it's her birthday today. She's 1 years old.
Should we sing happy birthday?
Yeah, all of you can sing happy birthday today. That's put me off of what I was talking about.
Happy birthday, though. No seriousness. Happy birthday, Mrs. Snake, says MVG.
Yeah. You getting that, sweetheart? Yep, she loves it. She says, thank you very much. 21 again, she said.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Perfect age, lovely age.
Oh, yeah, she's a wonderful woman, I tell you. Third time, mate, third time. Took me 3 times to get it right.
Well, it's third time lucky then, isn't it? Perfect.
Yeah, it is indeed. Now, what were we talking about before we were so rudely interrupted?
My memory's not the best in the world.
Neither's mine, and I'm sober.
I'm not drunk. I'm a little bit drunk. Maybe a little bit drunk.
Did you have a drink for me?
I always have a drink for you.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. Every time you tweet, the second time you tweeted me saying, have a drink for me. So I'm always thinking of you whenever I'm having a beer.
You get some fucking snake coming along. Oh yeah, you just remember him.
Yeah. Getting loads of happy birthdays in here. The charm, the white snake charm. The snake charmer.
Oh, that's the guy. Enor. He was on. Yeah, that's him. He was on. Older Knows Better, and he put. I've subscribed to White Snake and even his dog's channel.
Enar's a beast. He's always in the wings, is Enar? Even when you don't think he's watching, he's always watching.
Yeah. There's a few of them out there like that, eh?
Oh, there's some legends. Wilco White's is here.
Happy birthday, Steve. You haven't been listening. That's the wife's. Sean, it's the wife's.
It'll do well. It doesn't matter, does it? As long as
it's a happy birthday, then we know what it means. Oh dear. This is what the other thing about this Farke thing, what pisses me off the most was they've taken a time when we should all be celebrating and enjoying the moment, and they fucked it for a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's what annoys me the most, because they've gone and taken it almost comes across as being a deliberate act to screw Leeds United supporters. That pisses me off. Another good laugh is somebody asked me, "Oh, how did you spend your time in New Zealand celebrating?" I said, by myself, watching YouTube, and everybody else celebrating. Because over here, you don't get that sort of thing. It's very hard to find another Leeds United supporter in New Zealand because they all love rugby and cricket and all the rest of it. So I spend my time in front of the TV. Is
it on? Genuinely, like the pubs even open? What time will games be on?
About 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, what time was that game? That was about 2 o'clock, wasn't it?
3 o'clock our time, I think.
3 o'clock, so it would have been 2 o'clock in the morning.
Fucking hell. So no, then.
No, everybody over here would be out thieving or something like that.
Yeah. Including you, to be fair.
No, but I'm in bed by 10:30.
The thieving days are over.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Actually, I never used to do that. I used to drink a lot, though. Bloody hell. That was funny because I wanted to get help for my mental. This is how I gave up drinking. I was seeking out help for my mental health because it's a long story, but I'll cut it short. I was bullied severely 10 years ago, that bad. I was pretty close to being hospitalized because my body just shut down. I wasn't hospitalized, but I was okay. Haven't worked since. Can't go to work. But now I'm retired, so I'm not too bad, but I still get Humpty Dumpty. So anyway, somebody says, how did you give up drinking? I said, I went to the doctor seeking mental health help. And they said, what sort of issues have I got? I've been diagnosed with anxiety, depression, PTSD from being bullied, so that things set me off and all the rest of it. Like articles like the Daily Mail put out. Fuck them, assholes. No brains. Going around upset because they've upset a whole community. Anyway, I went to this place. They sent me to this Maori place, and it's where they look after drugs and alcohol. And they said, what are you here for? And because I'm going in for an assessment. And I said, my mental health. We don't deal with mental health issues. We deal mainly with drugs and alcohol. So I said, I drink. Right, we can help you. So that's how it started. And I did home detox for a week. After that, they sent me to these meetings. So I kept going to these meetings. And about 3 or 4 weeks later, that was it. I said, nah, you've served your purpose. I've given up, and that's it. So I haven't had a drink since.
I'm going to say that's been a long time, Nick, because I watched your video when you said you'd stopped that week. So
yeah, 10th of June this year will be 1 year.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
I mean, now if I go, not that I haven't done it yet, but I basically said to myself, right, you've stopped drinking. Good on you, la-di-da-di-da. If you want to go out and have a drink, like if I came and caught up with you, I would probably have a drink with you. But I'd be very careful. But I've said to myself, if you want to go and have a drink, you can have a drink. Just don't be stupid about it. And that's the way both Karen and Karen's done it for 10 days longer than I have. And she's done really well.
So did Karen like a drink as well then?
What we've decided, if we go out to a restaurant, have a meal, we'll have a wine or something like that. If we're out with friends or family or something like that and they're having a drink, if we feel like a drink, we'll have one. If we don't feel like a drink, we'll just stick with the water or whatever. So it's all good.
You're getting the love for it, man. No, it's awesome. It is. It made me feel bad because obviously I'm talking to you and I'm a bit pissed, but
no.
It's like, I probably do drink too much myself, but
I'd be pissed off if you came to my house, I'd get some beers in for you, right?
Top man. I'd need the
so
booze.
if you would come around, I'd make sure that you were all right. That's the sort of person I am. I might not drink, or I might have one with you, and that's it. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, man.
So that's all good. And the worst bit about giving up drinking is I don't feel any fucking better than I did when I was drinking. You're gonna feel so much better. It's good for your body. It's good for this. It's good for that. Fucking bullshit. I don't know. I know a lot of people say it does, but for me, no. You sleep better? No, I keep getting up. I got a few problems that old people get. Get up in the middle of the night to go for a piss. What the fuck is all that about? You got hair growing out of your ears. Your eyebrows go to shit. Yeah. I say to the missus when she gives me my haircut, see, lovely haircut. So fucking $20 to cut your hair like this, right? So I got the wife, we picked up the shears and she does it for me. And we saved the fucking fortune. I've been getting a haircut like this for 10 years.
I've still got just enough hair to get it clipped, to be fair. So I'm still wasting my money on it, but I'm quite happy to waste my money on it for as long as it lasts, to be fair.
Yeah. Andy's just mentioned about, you heard the one about Dave from LUFC?
Yeah.
Hope you're all well. Hope you're all healthy. Sits in his truck or something. Yeah. He was he did a rant when we lost when Mesle fucked up the last time before he got dropped, right?
Yeah.
I actually did put the link up to his rant. He's going, when are you going to get that fucking sex tape off of Mesle so he stops putting you in so he stops blackmailing you to get in the side. Oh, fuck. The way he said it, though, I was laughing so much. It was funny. And he's the guy that last year deleted his YouTube channel because he was pissed off with the way they played. Jesus, now he's trying to get it all back together. He's a bit more calmer and relaxed, but he still goes on his rant, and he's got a season ticket, and he sits basically behind the dugout, the Leeds United dugout. So he's in a good position. COVID.
I can't get COVID.
Every time somebody coughs, I always do that. Oh, COVID.
It's impossible. I can't get it. The doctors did run a few experiments on me that just said you're the only person in the world that can't get it. So
I had a terrible time because I can't wear a mask. So I go into the shops. The worst bit about it is you go to the shops and everybody fucking stay away. Look, I'm not wearing a mask. They're all pissing off. Like even today, we can go down the shops today, and I can guarantee you there'll be 2 or 3 people walking around the shops with a mask on.
Still?
Yes, still.
How close do these people get? Just in general, though, like I didn't need a mask on the basis that, like, I don't really get that close to people in general. Exactly. I don't really know, like, are they all like getting off while they're picking the lettuce and fucking bread up from the supermarket? I can't get my head around it. I was always like, well, no, I'll let you pick what you want out of the fridge, and then I'll go to the fridge. I've been like that my whole life. I don't need a pandemic in order to stay away from people in supermarket.
Some of the rules really fucked, weren't they? Because they got all that plastic in front of you, on the screen.
I know.
And to stop, and they're touching all your groceries.
Yeah, I know. It's madness. I saw a bloke in
people
supermarket
in cars by themselves with a mask on.
I saw this bloke in supermarket once. I'm not joking, and he got his phone out to text, and he had gloves on. You remember when people used to wear gloves? And he pulled the mask down because he obviously couldn't hold the glove while he was texting, and his phone wouldn't work with the glove on. And he put it in his mouth, and then sent the text like that. So you've just touched all the COVID, if we're going to call it COVID, everywhere. And then you're putting that in your mouth, which I wouldn't do if I just got my phone out of my pocket. It's like, I don't know.
Or you go to scan your card, you go to pay for your groceries, and you've got to put in your PIN. It's like,
yeah. I know, it's a mad world.
Yeah. Oh, but it's good times, eh?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I actually copped a lot of shit, a lot of backlash for that, for not being able to wear a mask.
Well, people were, extremely vigilant, weren't they, about it? People were pretty aggressive about it all, to be fair.
And the only reason I got vaccinated was because we got threatened with, at the time, they said, if anybody on welfare, if you don't get jabbed, you lose your benefit.
Did they?
Yeah. So we both got in the jab because we got no other way of making any money. And then they backed down for it a couple of months later. So then they asked me to get the second jab and said no. So, but it's all people's preferences. I mean, the whole thing is we were like you. We stayed away from everyone. I'd only go down the shops. And fortunately, the shop that I went into would allow you to go in without a mask. So long as you had an exemption. And I had the government over here is that stupid, right? They said, you can print off your exemption card on the website. And to print it off would be an A4 piece of paper. So I printed up my own card. It was an official one, though. I got a card. I got my security plastic thing that you put in, little thing around my neck, walking around. So it looked a bit more. The government could have done a more professional job of exemption cards and the rest of it.
We had to get a text off it when it all started to open up a little bit, and I'd not got jabbed, so we had to get a text off the NHS to say that you're allowed in clubs and pubs and stuff. So I changed my best mate's name in my phone to NHS, and then deleted all the conversation and got him to text me the thing, and then just used to show everybody the thing, and it were like that I've been on this day and all. It was mental times.
Yeah, see,
embarrassing looking back on it all.
That was my exemption card.
Yeah,
I don't want to hold it. Exactly. See, that's the trouble with being bullied. It set off some essential tremors as well. So, because
78 RPM says I've got a Leeds master line in my card. Just keep it handy if I need to speak to a Scum fan.
Good on you.
Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm busting for a piss, dude, truth be told. So
you got a bucket?
I know. I thought about a bucket, I thought about like a big bottle or something, or like a tub. But
no, a bottle's no good because you start enjoying it a bit.
Well, with a bottle, I thought you were going to say because I can't get it in, but I thought you were going to be polite to me. I definitely can get it in. That's the problem.
The excitement might be too much.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm going to do one myself as well, Steve. So cheers for coming on, though, man. You are welcome.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Dude. You're a legend. Any time that you're about, just drop us a message.
Yeah, we'll do. And to everybody in the chat, thank you very much for all the birthday wishes.
Yeah, and do subscribe as well. It's just, is it White Snakes? That is just literally called White Snake.
White Snake. There's the wife.
Oh, yeah. So get over there and subscribe, everybody.
Yeah, White Snake bites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top man.
Yeah. Okay then, Jack. Thanks so much, mate.
Dude. No, you obviously absolutely fine.
All right.
Take it easy, man. Speak to you soon. Right, gang, I've missed there's no way I can catch up on the amount of comments that's flooded in here, but I'm going to piss myself. I don't know if anybody's going to hang around. So it's 12:10. I think 2 hours 27 minutes is probably enough. However, I did see this one pass, and Jam A94 is probably gone, but I've had to go back and find it. If I'm honest, I starred it. You can star them. So I do feel bad when I'm talking to someone. I am keen to sort them out, so to speak. But Alvina just found this channel. One Leeds fan really started to piss me off. New sub from me, unsubscribe from Connor. You don't have to unsubscribe from him, but I appreciate you, Jam. But yeah, guys, honestly, happy birthday, Mrs. Whitesnake. Absolutely happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mrs. Whitesnake, Aaron. Happy birthday to you. Many happy returns. But I'm going to piss myself, boys. And I think it's time. I think 3.5 hours in, or the best part of 4 hours, inclusive of my man Danny, is enough in it. So take it easy. Shout out to each and every which one here. I'll drop in with a shit video tomorrow. I was going to do a response to Voldemort's. Go subscribe to that channel now. Or there'll be sweet dreams tonight, baby. No worries, White Snake. Go check that channel out as well. Top lad he is. I was going to do a reaction video to Voldemort's apology, but I'll see how I feel about it tomorrow, because I feel like I've gone a bit over the top on Twitter today. Even though it's all in jest, I'm only having a laugh. To me, it's only a bit funny. Yes. I'll wake up and see how I feel. It's mine and yours I'll be deleting, Danny. I won't be happy with our performance. I thought we got on great, but when I watch it back, I'll be like, I'm deleting this. We're having another go. But yeah, take it easy, everybody. I'm out of here. I honestly cannot believe for the life of me that anybody watches this bullshit. It's insane to me. But I'll jump on tomorrow. I might do a live tomorrow, Rysel, but it more than likely just be I DJ on a Friday night, so I need to look after myself. Yes, Wayne Birdsall. Cheers, Clem Fandango. You're the man. Take it easy, everybody. Shout out to Emma Oliver for the super chat and becoming a member. Shout out to Mark Bradley, who's gone. He's not gone. He's still with us. He's not left. Well, he's left the building. Well, he's not. It's not a building. He's left the chat. He's not. He's well. He's okay. Shout out to Cragger, new member, legendary MVG who always gets shot anyway, and Rysel, and my man Ming. So take it easy, everybody. Appreciate every which one of you. Take it easy, Wilco White, Stanley Bowden. Appreciate you all. In a bit, dog shit. Off for a piss. Hey.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.